Care. Feel and care. Little. What is up, people? Been a while. There you go. I'll see what's going on here in a moment. For some odd reason, everything has to be updated at the same time. No. Okay, I won't. No. What's up? What's up? What's up? Look at that. I think that's everything. Let's see. Been a while, almost a month. Not my fault, I swear. No. Jesus. Violet. Violet. That should be good. Good drink.
You guys remember that? Yes. Unfortunately, these aren't the original glass blocks. The original ones were actually purple. When the city put in all this, no. Okay, couch used to have like this. Looking this direction. You see, housekeepers now. This is a community kitchen, by the way. So maybe somebody will possibly show up in there to cook their food. We're just gonna ignore them. Get comfortable. So there are a couple of really good places to sit, to watch things. This is a really good area right here. That chair is good. Now what I'm going to do is tell you guys the hot spots of this place. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's the only place things happen, because they happen anywhere in this room. But these are the hot spots. So the stairs, if you guys look, you can see up the stairs, right? When we turn the lights off, because the red light in there actually helps us see movement. So that's another light trap we have. But we have seen somebody on those stairs on a few occasions. We've seen a lot of movement, shadow type movement in this area right here.
You sure?
We have seen shadow movement along this wall right here. I've actually seen a shadow person standing in that corner right there. You guys know what a shadow person is? Or a shadow preacher? So I didn't believe in them until I actually saw one at the Gardner Hotel. I just leaned out the doorway and I was like, I had my camera right here and I didn't even take a picture. So yeah, I was in shock. I was like, well, I guess they exist. Actually, we had just turned, like the one night, we had just turned our lights off. We were just starting, like we hadn't even started anything yet, but we had just turned the lights off. And
for the lights, right? That don't work anymore.
Yeah, I don't have the lights hooked up.
Okay, I was just like,
what is that? I saw a little kid run right past me like this. I see the top of his head. He's about this big, like a little kid, like 2 or 3 or 3 years old. Run right past me, and I'm like, did anybody else see that? And somebody's like, I saw something. All right. Let me go over the rules real quick. So, I know I don't have to really do this, but so photos. You could take pictures. The best way to do photos in this location is don't use a flash. Let night shot do the work for you. Just hold it real still, okay? Because it's going to take about 5 seconds for that picture to actually work. And then it'll light the room up. It's amazing. We've caught quite a few full body apparition pictures using night shot. We've had a few very, very weird pictures happen here. Somebody caught a picture of a shadow right there, and we're like, I can't explain it. A portion or a part of a person walking up the stairs, you could very clearly see a woman's like calf and part of her thigh going up the stairs. So the night shot is amazing. Let's see, if you make a noise, bump into something, just call it out and say that was me, okay? Phones on silent. You can have them on vibrate if you want to, but if it rattles against something in your pocket or whatever, just call it out and say that was me, okay? So that's exactly what we do. If I bump into something, I say that was me, okay? It's kind of a running joke for paranormal investigators. We even had it in the back of our shirt for a while. That was me. Nobody understood. What else? Oh, if you feel sick, it's like way too much caffeine on an empty stomach, let us know. He's going to get you out of here as soon as possible. Okay? You have about 3 minutes before you are flat on the ground. So what it does is our energy goes like this, their energy goes like that. If they try to get too close to you, it messes everything up, and you start feeling all numb and lightheaded and really weird. As soon as you get out of the room, it clears up, and you feel great afterwards. So let us know. It's like you stole their energy, right? So let us know if you feel that. If you feel a burning sensation or something pokes you or anything like that, let us know. You're probably being scratched. Okay? Scratches actually feel like, it could feel like a bee sting, or it could feel like a sunburn, or it could feel like a kind of intense burn. Okay? It's hard to describe. There's so many different ways. What else? You can get involved, ask questions. When we start the spirit box and everything, by all means, ask questions. And that's another thing. Does anybody speak a language other than Spanish and English? No? German. So I was hoping for somebody to speak Russian, because we do have a Russian-speaking spirit here. His name is Alexander. So the only people that know what he says are people that speak Russian, and we've had a few, which is odd. Violet. Okay. I think that,
before that it said care, and before that it said.
Oh, okay. Feel, care, Violet. Okay.
Yeah.
So let me explain the equipment. Let me pass some stuff out here. And I will explain what these are. Actually, we have one more. Now, something I need to show you guys. Now, that is called a K2 meter. If you watch the ghost shows, they all use them. It's designed to find the wires in the walls, the electrical wires. You guys are mostly going to have yellow. That's because of all the wires right above your head. What we watch for is spikes going all the way to red. Now, on TV, they say, if you're a demon, make it blink twice. If you're a demon, make it blink twice. If you ever see it blink twice, it's because someone is keying the microphone on a radio in the room. It doesn't do that except for when somebody has a radio nearby. That's the only time it does it. It's exactly what it'll look like. I got another ghost team years ago doing exactly that. So they were faking stuff, and it was embarrassing because we had a couple of celebrities from one of the other older ghost shows present.
No.
So, but that has a very wide frequency range. Something else is if your phone is within 18 inches of it, it's going to spike. So keep your phone away. I see people all the time, they're like videoing it. Oh, it's blinking, it's going crazy. What's your phone? So, but it does have a very wide frequency range. Now this thing right here we use for communication. 1 blink is yes, 2 blinks are no. This has a very low frequency range, like between 3 and 10 hertz. Now hertz means bouncing back and forth per second. So inside the walls, it's 60 hertz, 60 times a second. This is 3 to 10. There's nothing in this building that's going to be 3 to 10 hertz. Ooh, lights on. So 1 blink for yes, 2 for no. Casey. Duck. No.
Wrong dose.
Okay, let me explain this thing. This is a Paravox. It's got, it's not even a bank of words. So, but something affects it. Some energies affect it, and it spits out words. Sometimes it says names. Sometimes it says, and those can't be in a bank of words. Sometimes it says full sentences that actually make sense. So they said duck. I don't know what that means. So sometimes hit or miss. Maybe they're trying to say something else. And it says yes and no. Cat balls. So these things, you got to move them to make them blink. And like I tell people, never put these in the back seat of your car at night when you're driving because you're going to think you're getting pulled over all the time, right? But what we found out was they can affect these things and turn them on. So, and make them blink. And we have one here. We have one right behind your heads right there. We have one over here on that table. We have one up there on top of that little shelf thing. Mini mag lights. So you see these on TV all the time, or on ghost hunters. Not everybody uses these. It's pretty rare now. They're hard to get. We use like the incandescent light bulbs best. They just seem to work better. So like I said, they're hard to get now. But these things, you twist them to turn them on and off. So we have several of them. Got one right up there. We have one on that table right there. We have one on the back wall. And we have one right there.
Big red over there.
Oh, and the red one up on top of the shelf, or the picture thing. Spirit box. This is not the spirit box. This is helps us hear their words better. This is the spirit box, the SB7. This was actually Zach's from Ghost Adventures. I ended up with it. I didn't steal it. This thing right here helps us. This is a speaker, like a guitar amp. This is a guitar pedal. It's a noise gate, which cuts out all that sound. I leave a little bit in there for sensitivity. So that's what this does. And then this is a reverb. It takes all the vocal tones and stretches them out. So now you can actually understand what they're saying. Let's see. And I have a Tesla coil over here. I'm going to run that for a bit and energize the room. Now, Alex has got Twitch running. Oh, yeah. Hang on. Yeah, the laser grid. So we watch for in laser grid. If you see the dots over here, if you see some of them disappear, and there's nobody between there and there, then something just blocked out the light or absorbed the light. The red light blinking up there actually helps you see movement a lot better. Trying to think of what else. I think that's it. All right. Oh yeah, he's running Twitch. There's the camera right there. That's why we have the red light, so people in England and Germany can actually see what's going on. I have the microphones right here and here. So if you guys want to go listen to the Spirit Box session later on, you'll be able to hear it better. I think that's it.
And the deck of cards.
And the deck of cards.
And off some of those.
Oh, that's it. Everybody's shuffled them. We're going to use those later. All right. You guys ready? Now, this is what we call a very low-level haunting. We do see shadows and movement. I'm going to call it out when I see it. If you see something that doesn't look quite right, if you see some sort of movement, call it out, even if you think your eyes are playing tricks on you. Chances are the person next to you is also seeing it. All right. What?
It's flashing. There you go.
Ah. All right, so during a paranormal investigation, like other business with my team, what we'll do is listen for a while. We'll follow up on what the client tells us they witness, and we'll observe that area. If it's like it occurs regularly, we'll watch that area very carefully because that's the most probable place we might witness something or record something. And then we introduce ourselves, and then we try to communicate once we start getting some sort of anomalous noises or, voices. Like I said, the business up here with those little horses in the window, there's nobody up there, but sometimes we do hear furniture moving upstairs. Hello? It's Leon. I'm here with Alex.
Hello.
We brought a bunch of friends tonight with us. They're curious about you. They want to meet you. Something just moved right there. Just went like this. Didn't have a shape to it though. That didn't take long. You able to show yourself tonight? Alex, just a second ago, out of the corner of my eye, I saw something move over by that red light in front of the TV. It was too quick to pick up on what it was. Very, very subtle. Oh, that might have been staring in the way. Is Alexander here? We don't speak Russian. Nobody here speaks Russian. If you're here, you can make your presence known. You can touch somebody. You show yourself. Is Heidi here? Little boy's name is Adam, right? Adam's brother here?
No.
No? Does Adam's brother want to come out and play? Does happen. Adam, do you want to come out and play? Outside? That was the trolley.
Yes.
Yes. Alexander, you can speak through this.
Smoke.
Smoke. Is the cigarette still here? We left him a cigarette, but we hid it. And a candy bar. Candy bar's gone.
That means it's here.
Probably. You can let us know that you're here by turning on one of the flashlights. So sometimes you have to speak in a language and use words that they would understand, depending on what era they're from. And so I was thinking, well, what do they call a flashlight? So I'm just gonna go here too. What did they call flashlights back in the old days when they were invented? It's outside. They called them flashlights. Thought maybe they called them torches or something. Can you turn on one of the flashlights? Or even these little clear balls? That's my shadow. I'm going to show you what it looks like if you put some energy into it. Can you do that to that one over there? You know where the flashlights are? Is anybody sensitive? Like in the way of sensing things? No? So sensitive people, almost every single time, start feeling a pain in their head on the left side, like on the forehead area. And one of our people she's a pretty good empath. She can pick up on things. She's pretty accurate. And she said that somebody pushed one of the workers, who believed one of the housekeepers. She's either going up or down the stairs, and they violently kicked or pushed her down the stairs. She ended up hitting her head here. That's correct. And she died from the wound, from the injury. That's Heidi. I'm asking you to give us some sort of sign that you are here. Forgot to do the Tesla coil.
Yes, you did.
Let's do that. Maybe that'll help. It's going to be noisy, guys. So the field that emits, we found out, comes out, like the electrical field comes out to about this far. The longer you let it go, the more energy it puts into the room, like at the molecular level, you know. I'm still picking up movement in this area right here. It's so hard to see. Show yourself a little bit better, please. Turn on one of the flashlights. Put some energy into it. Can you please turn on one of the flashlights? I'm not trying to be rude. Out of the doors. It's just so slow. You guys watch. Oh, I'm in the way. Unfortunately, our camera won't pick things up like that. We could talk on the radio if you'd like. See a lot. People's blood here. All right, let's talk on the radio. So this is running AM stations, and it's going 3 stations per second. So that's how fast it's scanning. So what I'm going to do, take out the static. Hello? Hello, it's Leon. Come talk to me. Hello? Who was that? Oh, you're quiet tonight. Let's try again. Once you guys can talk, I need to ask you about somebody. One of our investigators, his name was Don. He was like 75, and he passed away. So he was really into this stuff. And a couple weeks after he died, we were reaching out to spirits here to find out where's Don. And both times they said he was sleeping. Well, his family reached out to us and said that things are happening around their house now. Different things that he would do, little pranks. And they're absolutely positive that it's Don. As I was telling a story about Don, comical thing that he did, I was telling some family members, there was a little decorative like a mushroom in a pot that was sitting there, and that thing just jumped out of the pot, and it flew about 1.5 feet. And I told the family, I said, those freaked everybody out. But I was unaware that Don's been coming out. So, you guys know where Don's at? He's from Missouri. His family's in Missouri. Is Don here? If Don's here, teach him how to talk on this thing. He's fairly new. Yep. I'm sure he'd enjoy it. That doesn't sound like him.
Yes.
Well, if you guys can give him some help, teach him the ways. Thank you. Did Cricket stay here? Did? All right, so there's a young lady. She's about 18 years old, young socialite in Las Cruces that used to come to El Paso a lot. Her name was Cricket Kugler. Cricket, of course, was her nickname. She was murdered in La Union. At least that's where they found her body. This is back in the 40s. So, surprised to hear Cricket. Is Cricket here? It's Leon. Who's that? Oh, who is Cricket? Cricket was that girl that was killed in Las Cruces back in 41? 1941? I'm going to call out names and see who responds. Johnny? Miguel? I put a pool ball right here at the side pocket. You can knock that in too. It's ridiculous. Say it again? It's my hair is bad. Too many jet engines. Start talking to us, we can play a card game. Did you hear that? I like living in that area a bit.
No.
When you want to play the card game? What is it doing? Doing some weird stuff here.
So you can charge the battery.
Yeah, batteries are all charged. Spare journal. It's the first time. Red wire is bad. Okay, is that better? Is that better? Want to play a card game? All right, this is how it works. I'm going to hand out 5 cards. And I'm going to hold it out like that. You take a card, whichever one. Hide it. Don't let anybody see it. Don't look at it. We don't want it to affect what you hear on the spirit box. Okay? Then when I come to you, hold it straight out, face down, just like that. Look at it. The reason I do only 5 is because it could possibly take a long time. Okay, here's the card game. You guys remember how to play it? Well, if you guys hear them drop an F-bomb or anything like that, that's legit because those words do not come out on AM stations. All right, this is how it's going to work. I'm going to point at a card. I'm going to light the card up with my little red light here. You tell me the number that is on that card. I'm speaking to the dead. You tell me what number is on that card. If you get that right, it goes in your pile. If you get it wrong or you don't guess it, it goes in our pile. Let's see how you do. All right, so you guys call out what you hear. Have you heard any numbers yet? Okay. You guys call out what you guys hear. I'm looking for a pretty strong response, like pretty clear numbers, okay? Start over here. Let's start with you. What's this card right here? What's the number? Is it a 7? Let's see that. Is it a 7? That's a 5.
No.
No. 5. That one goes in our pile. Over here. What's this one right here? Yeah. What is it? It says bet. The bet is if you get it right, you get the card. What is it? Two for us. 2, 6. 2, 0. What's this card right here? What is it? Possible 3, 10 slash 1 modifier 10. That's clear. Back to the new book. What's your intent? 7. Oh, man. 3-0. If you tie this game, because we have 3 cards left, we have 2 and 1 right here. If you tie this game, we'll say you won. What's this card over here? All sounds like nothing right there. Call it out. What's this card? You guys hear this? Come on, let's show them you can win. Could be a 12.
Bad.
Fly. I heard 4 a couple times. Yeah. We got it. Yay. Good job. What? What'd you? Wait, where's the next card? It says 10. Is it? Número en español sí que ¿qué número es? There's enough. Almost in the middle of it. Okay, looks like you guys are going to lose. It's okay. Oh, almost put it in your pile. Is that what this one's going to be, a 5? Did your numbers are coming out now? Like it's within the context. What's this one? What number? You said 5? You're having a hard time today. Not going to be not a 0. Is it a 5? We don't speak Russian. All right, I'll flip it. It's not there too. There was no 2. Sometimes they get, sometimes none. Tonight they got 1. Well, thanks for playing cards. You want to try a different way? I'm not sure about this one since they're so weak. Eight. All right. Who do you want me to pick? Tell me to stop. Mother? Who else do you want me to pick? All right, so you stand right here if you want. This is what we're going to do. We're going to ask them for 2 numbers. And after you get 2 numbers, then you guys each pick a card and flip it over, okay? So we're going to see if they can tell us what card you guys are going to find to flip over. Okay, can you give me 2 numbers? Give me the numbers that they pick after you tell them to pick it. Go ahead. 2 numbers. They get this right and ask them for lottery numbers. You got to tell us which one's first. What number? Here. 6, 8. Possibly a 6 and an 8. 8 was pretty clear. What's the other number? We got an 8. 7? 7 and 8. Go ahead and draw a card, each one of you, and flip it over. 6. Ace, not an 8. Well, that worked. Well, it's an ace. Kind of like an 8. And just go back and listen to my ear a little better. All right, let's get 2 other people to do it.
Yes.
Yes. All right, I'm going to start on this side. You tell me when to stop. Do this. Do this. Right. Said rose. Okay, 2 numbers. Give me 2 numbers. Didn't understand those. I don't think those are numbers. 2 numbers. You tell them what number to pick, and they're going to pull the card out. That's kind of spooky. Tell them what card to pull out. What number? Didn't hear it. Is that a 7? You hear 2? Okay, 2, and what else? 7. 6. 2 and a 7. I heard 7 2 times. That last 7 was pretty solid. Go ahead and pick out a couple cards. Pick out a card each, whichever one, and flip it over. And an 8. I didn't hear an 8. Did you just say 8? At least I got the 2 right. I guess it could have been. Well, maybe you'll hear the 8 in there. That's pretty good. Awesome. We have to leave in a minute. I put all the face cards out, so it's just aces through 10. Thank you for coming through to us and talking with us. You did pretty good at the card game. I'm surprised you didn't turn on the flashlights. How come you didn't turn on the flashlights? You didn't want to turn on? Okay, I'm turning the radio off. Thanks for talking to us. Goodbye. Auf Wiedersehen. No? You say bitch? Aloha.
Yes.
Adios. Hasta la vista. One time we played, so we were filming this thing with Channel 26 at their news station, Mesa. So we're investigating the place. It took us hours. And we decided to play a card game. And it was like 21, except no face cards. And so they would say hit or steady. Alex was doing what they wanted them to do. So it was basically, I was playing against whoever was playing. And what did we play, 5 hands? They won every one. And we got it all on camera, and they aired like 15 seconds of stuff there. That was all they aired. And I was like, oh man, this is good evidence there. Holy crap. All right, so Alex is going to turn the lights on. So I'm going to count down. I cannot believe the flashlights didn't turn on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to count down, 3, 2, 1. Close your eyes, because it's going to be bright. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Communication was so. I couldn't understand what they were saying. Maybe we'll have to go back and listen and see if we pick up anything. They did pretty good at the cards. They're going standing here. They got 3 out of 4, so that's not bad. Unless that 8 is in there somewhere. So overall, it was kind of a slow night tonight. Sometimes we get really good activity. Did you guys see anything over here? So I was seeing stuff move, but it was subtle. Like one time, a bunch of us saw it looked like a tiny person. It looked like somebody jumped off the stairs, but they were only like this tall. It was you just see them like this. I was like, did you guys just see that? Yes. It was odd. So one day the doors flew open, not all the way, just like a foot. Couldn't explain that. But then one time, we kept hearing somebody pound on the door at the top of the stairs. And so Alex went outside with one of the guests, and this is the second week it was happening. And Alex went outside with one of the guests, and his wife was down here, and they were FaceTiming. So we could see exactly what they were looking at. And they're like, there is nobody here. Boom, we hear it again, and then we're like, can't explain it. So I climb up to the top of the stairs trying to figure out what was going on. And the little transom window that sits at the top let out the hot air above the door was slamming shut because it was windy. Sorry, guys. Debunked. But hopefully, does anybody have any questions? It was a little bit slower tonight, like any of the stuff you see on TV or, like, what are they? How come they're here? Anything like that. We've been studying it a long time. So,
when people come with this, do the spirits sometimes follow them too?
no, we're going to close it out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it used to be like that. Sometimes we get followed. As a matter of fact, we were doing like an overnight thing. So we were going between the DeSoto Hotel and here, like all night, until people just didn't want to do it anymore. What was that, like 3 o'clock in the morning?
Something like that.
And they brought something from the DeSoto over here, and then somebody got scratched. So then they're like, all right, we have to go back to the DeSoto. They took it back to the DeSoto and they closed it out. We didn't used to close it out all the time. People would call us up like at 2 o'clock in the morning. Like, thanks a lot, guys. My house is haunted. You're a bunch of jerks. It's like, well, it's not your house. Come back next week and we're going to close it out for you. We're going to lock it down. So now, after studying it and researching it, we found out how to close it out properly so nothing follows you. And I'll do that in a second. First thing I need to tell you is that no matter what I say, if you don't take it serious and you don't have to mean what I'm saying, like in your own head or however, just listen intently, or if you want them to follow you, then they will. Like the Army guys at Fort Bliss, and they're the worst. They're the ones that want something to follow them. Like they take chances. So what I'm going to say it to the spirits. Anytime you go to some place that gives you the heebie-jeebies, you don't like it, you have a creepy feeling, before you leave the building, you can say something similar. It's the intent, not the words. Say something similar. They have to listen to you. They have to do what you say. Okay? But again, it's like talking to a teenager. You got to close the loopholes. All right, to the spirits, thank you very much for coming through. Seems like you guys had a little bit of a harder time tonight. You did pretty good at the card game. We appreciate it. I was hoping to speak to Don tonight. Maybe get the word out that next time we're here, maybe have him do a cameo and talk with us a little bit, say his favorite saying to us. But thank you very much. We're going to try to be back next week and hang out with you again. No. But we have rules that you must follow. Those rules are that you are not allowed to attach yourself to us. You are not allowed to attach yourself to our belongings. You are not allowed to follow us. You are not allowed to follow our belongings. You're not allowed to affect our dreams. You're not allowed to affect our lives in any way. When we leave this place, you cannot come with us. When we leave this building, you have to stay here. When we leave this building, our ties are severed. And that's it. So if we had something bad come through, growls, scratches, things like that, we would do a different closeout. That's when you're talking to something that's probably not human. And it's not going to listen to what you say or what I say. So that's when we use that other closeout. This place, we don't have to worry about it. At the DeSoto, we used to have to do it all the time because there's such bad things there. Occasionally at the Gateway also.
Enemy.
Enemy? No, I'm your friend. Some of the words aren't making sense. I hope everybody had a good time. I'll collect the K2s next time. We don't get If you ever were interested in, nice, turn it on, in being a paranormal investigator, it's dangerous and expensive. So, like if you ever want to buy a K2, you see that there's two different types. They have a different look to them, the label. This one with the white background. They cost they work exactly the same. But yeah, if you ever wanted to get involved in something like this, you would have to probably, because the internet ain't going to give you any good information. You'd have to get with an experienced team to help them kind of show you how to do it. Feet. And then, because the TV shows, I think the only one that was really legit was Ghost Hunters, like the original with Jason and Grant. The other ones are just kind of cheesy. And I do know for a fact that Ghost Adventures, they do fake some of their stuff, unfortunately. I had the opportunity to work with one of the producers of Ghost Hunters season 2023, 2022. I think it's when he was one of the producers. And he showed me some of the evidence that they just threw out because they didn't have time for it. And it was good evidence. So those guys, they do a good job. So they're the most believable guys. I saw one episode where they didn't find anything. And the issue was that the clients were having was that there was where the air conditioner and the heater pulled air. It was coming from the basement, and it was next to a big paint cabinet. And it was making them hallucinate. I was like, okay. So they try to debunk everything, so I appreciate that. That's kind of the same with us. We're skeptics. So, if something odd were to happen in here that was just really obvious, we try to debunk it. So, that's at the Palace saloon where we stopped in front. I told you about the naked story that happened there. That little water box that's on the sidewalk where the water meter's at, when people would walk over it, they'd step on it and it would make a noise inside the basement. And one of the people that was on the team, she's like, because I would tell people, don't worry about that, everybody would freak out. It's just somebody stepping on a metal plate outside. Don't worry about it. It's not her home. And she told me, she goes, I tell people it's real. Like, that's terrible. So she's no longer part of the team. Everybody had a good time? Kind of a unique thing to do on a Friday night. So, yeah. Mark. It's not making any sense. So Twitchers, thank you very much for joining us. See you later. I'm no good with that stuff.